So you're not going to believe this, but I literally just recorded like the whole first 15 minutes of the video without recording it. So sweet, I'm going to start over, but I'm actually going to pause it because the reason I stopped was so I could put my dogs outside. So, isn't that great? I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, back to it again. What I said before, and I'll say it again, is we're going to go over modifications for sun salutations and standing poses. A lot of you already know this, especially if you've been to my classes. I have some pets that are going to get in the way. Hopefully not mess with my microphone too much. So when we modify poses, we find support for ourselves by bringing the floor up to meet us. And we can do that using a wall or a couch or a chair or blocks. And we can also do a lot of these poses seated. I'm not going to show you sun salutations seated, but if you would like to see that at some point because you haven't or because you can't remember, just let me know and I'll make a really short video showing you the seated sun salutation. Otherwise, we're going to come into our mountain pose. So, to the top of the mat, feet directly underneath the hips, big toes touching, space between the heels, or seated mountain pose. And I will show this one just because if you have a hard time standing with your eyes closed, it makes you feel dizzy, you can definitely do mountain seated for this. So we're going to be zipping the legs together, whether we're seated or standing, drawing the thighs up. In the standing pose, that looks like, with our feet hip distance apart, our inner thighs rotate towards one another and lift upward. Our tailbone tucks down, our shoulder blades tuck down, our stomach pulls up, our chest lifts. Fingertips reach strongly towards the ground. We find our head straight, stacked directly in the middle of the shoulders. Lifting through the crown of the head towards the ceiling, eyes gently closed. Inhale through the nose. Fill the stomach and the chest all the way to the back of the throat. And exhale through the nose. Chest falls, stomach pulls up and in. Inhale, feel the lift through the front body, the thighs, the chest. Exhale, feel the grounding down through the back body, the shoulders, the pinkies, the heels, the tailbone. As you breathe here, allow the mind to settle into the body, into the here and now. Feel the points of contact between yourself and the floor. Feel the breath moving in and out of the body. And then gently blink the eyes open. On the inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Take up a lot of space here. Exhale and swan dive forward. We're leading with the chest. We're hinging from the hips. Hands are going to come to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Inhale, lift and look forward, flat back. Nice straight spine here. Exhale, fold, stepping the right foot back into a high lunge. So we're finding our left knee directly over our left ankle, not too far forward or backward or one side or the other. We're going to protect our knee joint by doing that. We're also going to press back through that heel and sink the hips down a little bit farther. On your next inhale, step to a plank. Engage through the core. Don't allow the stomach to fall down here. Hold it up and in. And typically on the exhale, we would come into knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga, but on the chair, we're just going to hold here, strengthen through the wrists and the arms. Then inhale, drop the shoulder blades down the back, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, step the feet forward underneath the hips, reach the hips back, press into the palms of the hands, drop the chest and the face towards the floor, shoulder blades draw down the back. This is our modified downward dog. Find your breath again here. Inhale into the stomach and the chest. Exhale softly, slowly, and completely. And then inhale into a lunge. Right foot forward this time, left foot back. Finding the right knee directly over the right ankle. Chest lifted, shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, step the left foot forward, come into your forward fold. Then inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhaling the palms down through heart center. So that is a sun salutation with a chair for support. Again, you can use a wall. In the wall, you might step up close to it for cobra and just press against it and lean back. Or you can use a couch. If you can't see my couch, sorry. You can use the back of a couch or the top of the chair. But now we're going to move on to using blocks for our support. I'll show you a few more poses you can use the chair for in just a few minutes. So, having 2 blocks the first time, I'm going to set them on the edge of my mat, on the outer edges so there's room. Then come back into that mountain pose, fingertips reaching towards the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale and swan dive forward. You can support yourself here on your thighs, your shins, or the double stacked blocks. I have double stacked blocks this time. I can't remember if I told you this time or last time, but in Sun Salutations, the block is very narrow this way. So if you're going to go back into a plank, it could wobble and you could fall. So if you need more than one block for support, if you need this height for support, I would recommend using more than one block rather than tipping it up on end. Sorry for the delay. Inhale, lift and look forward, flat back. So we're going to come up onto our fingertips here. Exhale, fold right foot back. Again, left knee over left ankle. Hands are supported firmly by 2 blocks. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, we'll drop to our knees, our chest and our chin right through the blocks. Inhale and scoop forward, finding a cobra. So if this is hard on your shoulders, hard on your back, you can slide the blocks to the side and just draw your shoulder blades down your back. And then we're going to come back up to our knees. If you slid your blocks to the side, bring them back onto the mat for our downward dog. Curl the toes under, lift the hips high, maybe step the feet forward slightly. We're going to press into the fingertips on the hands. So I move my hands to the edge of the block so that I have a little traction to shift my weight forward into my fingertips. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift your sit bones high, reach your heels towards the ground. Again, use downward dog to find your breath. Chest and face are pressing forward towards the ground. Spine is long. And inhale the right foot forward between the hands. Drop the hips low. Find the right knee directly over the right ankle. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale, palms down through heart center. So that's with 2 blocks. You can do that same thing with just a single block. And I'm actually just going to set both blocks, all blocks to the side for me, because I'm going to start showing you some more strengthening poses from here so you can continue to build up your practice until you get to where you are really working on strength. That's the wrong way to put it. You're always working on strength, but as your strength builds, you will be able to do more and more challenging poses. So I will show you those as we go through the next couple of rounds of Sun Salutations. Bear with me, it's not too many, I promise. I know you're starting to get warm. Hands together at heart center where they were. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale and swan dive forward, supporting yourself wherever you would like. Inhale, lift, flat back. Exhale, fold right foot back. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin, or knees, chaturanga. So our elbows are squeezing into our sides. Our chest is leaning forward, and we lower down halfway. Then inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Maybe press into the hands a little bit more this time. Lift up into a cobra. Release the glutes here. Allow the spine to lengthen down the back. Exhale, come back up to the knees. Then lift the sit bones high, step the feet forward, and come into our downward dog pose. Again, shoulder blades are drawing down the back, sit bones are lifting towards the ceiling. Chest and face are reaching towards the back legs. Heels are reaching towards the ground. Soften through the ankles. Soften through the muscles of the face. Inhale, the right foot comes forward between the hands. Exhale, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale, palms down through heart center. We've got just 2 more rounds. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale and swan dive forward. Inhale, lift, flat back. Exhale, fold right foot back. Inhale to a plank. Here we're going to do the full chaturanga on this one if you would like to, or you're going to see what it looks like. So we're firm through the wrists, through all 10 knuckles, all 10 fingers. Whew. I catch my breath. It's hard to talk and describe this at the same time. So our elbows are going to squeeze into the inner body, and we're actually going to be leveraging our body forward and then down halfway. Inhale and scoop forward, this time maybe lifting the knees off the ground for upward dog. And exhale, up and over the toes, downward dog. Sit bones, inhale and lift the sit bones towards the sky. Exhale, reach the heels, soften the ankles. Inhale, shift the weight forward into the fingertips. Exhale, drop the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, the right foot forward between the hands. Exhale, the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. And 1 more round. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift and look forward, flat back. On the exhale, you're going to fold and step or hop both feet back. Then in one smooth motion, come down into that chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breath. Lift the sit bones high. Soften through the ankles. And on this one, if you would like, bend the knees. Look forward. And on the exhale, hop the feet forward between the hands. Step or hop into our forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side and overhead. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Now for some of our warrior and standing poses, we can do them on the chair as we're building up leg strength. So I'll bring the chair over and just demonstrate a few of those really fast. And you can follow along on the chair if you'd like. So if we're going to do the flow, as we will in just a few seconds, on the chair, we're starting with Virabhadrasana 1, where our hips are going to be squared towards the short edge of the mat. So we'll use the mat below us for a reference point. So we're going to bring our front leg, left leg as our strengthening leg, and we're going to press into it strongly. Then we're going to reach our right leg back. So our left hip is on the chair, our right leg is reaching back behind us. We can't probably get the heel all the way down here, so we're just going to keep it back, find that length in that right hip. And then inhale the arms to the side and overhead. If you're going to try and place the foot down, then definitely make sure you pull that right hip forward again. So the palms can be at shoulder distance, facing each other, shoulder blades draw down the back. This is our Warrior 1 pose. On the exhale, we're going to open up to a Warrior 2. So now our hips are going to rotate and open towards the long side of the mat. This one, our back heel will probably be able to come down on, but if it doesn't, that's okay. You can leave it up. Open the hips towards the long edge of the mat. Find the front knee directly over the front ankle. Arms come up at shoulder height. Fingertips reach strongly away from each other. Shoulder blades draw down the back, and the gaze goes over that front hand. So we're in a reverse warrior pose. Our back hand is reaching down our back. It can also come to our hip for support. Our top hand is reaching up and over. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back. Again, the front knee is directly over the front ankle. You can see mine was back. I saw that, so I moved it forward. You might take a glance down and see what yours looks like. We're going to inhale up and over, placing the left hand on the left thigh or the left forearm on the left thigh. Inhale the right arm straight up, or palm faces the ground and it reaches overhead, shoulder blades drawing down the back. And then we will come into a modified triangle pose. So typically our front leg would be straight in this pose. And if you would like, you can straighten that front leg and bring the back leg in. Or you can leave it as it is with the front leg like it is. We're still just finding that opening in the front inner thigh. Reach the left fingertips towards the ground, pressing the back of the arm into the inner thigh area, or bringing a block there for support. And we'll stack the shoulders one over the other. Reach the top hand straight up towards the ceiling and find a nice T pose with the arms here. So the spine is nice and long from the tailbone up to the crown of the head, and the gaze can be down towards the ground, up towards the ceiling, or straight out in front of you. So again, that would look like this if you were lengthening through that front leg. And then we'll inhale and come back through the center. So I'm going to do all of that on both sides standing. If you don't want to go through both sides standing, if you just want to continue with on the chair, you can go ahead and follow along on the chair on the left side and just skip on the right side and just skip the left side. And apparently I'm going to do it with some help from a cat. You going to help me? So our left foot is forward, our right foot is back, and we're going to find a little bit of space between the heels this time, so staggering our feet so that we can square our feet towards the front edge of the mat. Press into the feet, sink the hips low. Inhale the arms to the side and overhead, drop the shoulder blades down the back, palms face each other. Our Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale and exhale. Open the hips towards the long edge of the mat. Step the back foot in line with the front foot. So the heels can be in line, or the front heel in line with the arch of the back of the foot. Hips are squared towards the long edge of the mat and sunk down low. Tailbone low, arms up at shoulder height. Shoulder blades drawing down the back, the front knee directly over the front ankle. And we'll flip that front hand. Reach forward, then up and back, finding our reverse warrior. And inhale up and over. Again, the left hand can come to the left thigh, or it can come to a block in the upper position, the middle or the lower position in front of you. The right hand can come straight up overhead, or it can extend along the ear, fingertips reaching forward, extended side angle. And then we find that triangle pose, straightening the front leg, but not locking the knee out. Maybe bringing our hand up to support ourselves on our thigh, or our shin, or block in front of or behind the foot in the upper or lower position. We can also take the back of the arm and just press it into the inside of the thigh. This helps us to realize to open the chest, keep the shoulders stacked, the top arm reaching high in that T pose. In this pose, we want to imagine if we were pressed up against a wall, or if you have a wall, you can even check. Imagine that your hips and your shoulders and your heels would all be touching the wall. Again, we're finding our gaze down towards our bottom foot, or up towards the ceiling. And then inhale and come back upright. We'll rotate the left foot in, take the block with us, rotate the right foot out. Find that staggered stance if you would like, for more space for the hips to root towards that short edge of the mat. Sink the hips low. Inhale the arms to the side and overhead. Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale. Shift the stance. Again, heels in line or front heel in line with arch of the back foot. Hips open out wide. Arms up at shoulder height. Fingertips reach strongly away from each other. Shoulder blades down the back. Gaze turns over that front hand. Flip the front hand, reach forward, up and back. And then we'll come up and over for our extended side angle. Hand to the thigh or the block in front of. The leg in the high position or the low position. Hand can reach straight up or palm faces down overhead. Extended side angle. And then we're straightening that front leg, using the block wherever we would like or supporting ourselves on the thigh. Finding our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. Gaze can turn down towards the bottom foot or up towards the top hand. Engage through that back thigh. Pull the left hip back. Rotate the right hip forward. Press into all 4 points of both feet. And then inhale, come up. We'll turn both feet forward and come into a forward fold here. You can use the block in the upper position if you would like, or the lower position, or bring the hands to the mat. Maybe even bringing the head to the block. Wherever you're at, allow the head and the neck to relax down. Make our way down onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to move the knees in a big circle one direction, and then the other direction. Take the arms out as goalpost arms or at a T. And we're going to drop our knees down towards the left side. Again, you could use a block here for support. Rest the knees on the block if they don't comfortably come to the ground. Try and keep that right arm grounded in the right shoulder, grounded into the ground, and turn the gaze over the right hand. And then inhale back through the middle, and the knees drop down over to the right side. Left shoulder grounded down, gaze turns over the left hand. Inhale back through the middle, and exhale, extend the legs out long. Shoulder blades draw down the back, underneath heart center. Tailbone tucks down, hands rest, palms up next to the hips. Allow your body to be supported by the ground beneath you. Gently close the eyes. Find your breath in and out. Allow the air to come in through the nose, fill the stomach and the chest, and flow out without any restriction. Allow your body to melt into the support beneath you. Gather your awareness and draw it down into your feet. Soften through your toes, the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet. Continuing up the body, soften through the ankles, shins and calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips. Soften through the glutes, the stomach and the low back. Release the middle and upper back down into the ground. Relax the ribs, the chest, the collarbone area, the top of the shoulders. Release the left arm down into the fingertips and the right arm. Relax the muscles of the neck, the tissues of the throat, the jaw, the cheeks, space around the nose and the eyes, between the eyes and the forehead, skin across the crown of the head and the back of the head. And then taking a moment to scan through the whole body, noticing whatever is drawing your attention, any points of tightness or pain. Inhale into that area, swirl the breath around it, and exhale it out of the body, letting it go. As you breathe here, letting go of anything that hasn't served you until this point or isn't serving you right now. Allow the mind to stay with the breath in the body. There's nowhere else we need to be in this moment. Maybe feeling as if we are floating on a cloud, completely supported, surrounded by softness, but also weightless, light and easy. With every breath, feeling more and more relaxed, more and more at peace. And then gently starting to draw our awareness outwards once more, noticing the points of contact between ourselves and the ground, the air on our skin. Bring a little movement back into the hands and the feet. Slowly draw the feet in flat. Roll over onto the right side, supporting your head with your hand. Take a few breaths there before pressing up to sitting. Gently blinking the eyes open. We'll inhale our arms to the side and overhead. Exhale the palms down through heart center, sealing in our practice. Namaste. Say namaste, Noel. Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or a text. I'll try and answer them. Talk to you later.